So you are a feline expert.
So they say.
First question I have is, what do you have against dogs?
You know, I have...
This lady right here has to translate me. Thank you. God bless this lady. I am here with one of my favorite feline experts, Dr. Susan Little, all the way from Canada.
You know, I have nothing against dogs. There's one in my house, so I know what they look like.
You know what they look like?
I do.
She is the author of the #1 cat textbook in the world. It's called
The Cat.
The Cat. One of the topics that we're both very passionate about is chronic kidney disease in cats. The #2 killer of cats.
It's a really important disease to talk about because it is so common, as you mentioned. Probably most cats, as they get older, will deal with this to one degree or another. Your veterinarian actually is now able to diagnose this even earlier.
Right.
A key is getting earlier diagnosis. Just like diseases you and I get, if our doctor knows about it earlier, our doctor can be more effective almost always.
It's so important with kidney disease in particular because the way the damage is occurring, this is a process that takes place over years. So if we can identify it early, we can help cat owners change lifestyle, change nutrition, hydration. I mean, there are many steps we can take that can help slow down or maybe even stall the progression of chronic kidney disease. Feline obesity is a huge problem in Canada. It's a growing problem, whatever pun you want to say.
Do you know, one of the things I would say to cat owners is you need to be aware about this problem and that it's not benign, right? There are significant health consequences. So the more that our cat owners are aware of this and will bring it up with their veterinarian, that's important. It's another condition where early intervention matters. Let's say we are already there. We actually have some very nice tools and programs available to veterinarians like you and I now, dietary tools, assessment tools that we didn't have before.
It all starts with a conversation with your veterinarian, but obesity kills. It strikes cats at a higher rate than it does dogs.
It does.
Low stress handling of cats. You certainly influenced me early in my career to take a different approach when it comes to cats. I look at the world through the eyes of a cat.
You know, you said the key thing, and that is to look at the world through the cat's eyes. This is true in the veterinary clinic, so we talk to veterinarians about that. It's true at home as well. Look at your own home environment as if you're a cat. What does it look like? Is it interesting? Is it scary? Is there enough to do? An indoor cat, they need something to exercise their mind as well as their body. Both from the clinic environment and the home environment, we're learning to take that cat's perspective and not assume that they're the same as you and I, and they're not the same as dogs.
And you're doing great work. I mean, you literally are saving lives every day.
We hope so.
Oh, you
That's
are.
the goal.
You've made a difference in so many lives. You've made a difference in mine. So,
thank you.
Susan Little, feline expert extraordinaire. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
I'm here with my friend Sophie Natriba. She's a veterinary school student from Russia. How do you become a veterinarian in Russia?
You study for 11 years at school, but in 9th grade you have to decide your fate. So you have to decide who you want to become.
So 11 years of study.
Yeah.
In 9th grade, you decide your fate. And what does that mean?
You have to choose your future profession.
So how old are you in 9th grade when you make this first big decision?
14, 15 years.
14 or 15 years old. So then you take this big test. What happens if you fail?
You stay again, about 18 years old.
About 18 years old, and then what happens?
You take in another test to get to the university.
So this is the big test.
A very big and stressful test, extremely stressful.
Like, do you sleep for a week, or do you like just cram everything in?
You study like crazy. Like when I was in the 11th grade, I studied so hard that I haven't got time to eat at home, so I had to eat in McDonald's and stuff just on my way from one class to another class.
So you passed your exams.
Yep.
And then you go to veterinary school at that point?
Yep.
9th grade test you passed.
Yep.
11th grade test you passed. You're 18 years old. How many more years of school do you go?
Just 5.
Just 5 more. Just 5 more years. years
of veterinary school, but
Of
it's a
veterinary school.
university.
So you're going to graduate when you're about 23, 24 years old?
Yep, I want to be a surgeon.
Surgeon, of
yeah.
course. To cut is to cure.
Yep.
In the U.S., like most kids grow up at some point saying, I want to be a veterinarian. In Russia, do most kids want to be a vet?
It's actually not a very popular profession. You know, usually they want to be a lawyer or a manager or something like this. We've got a lot of girls actually who wants to be a vet. Actually, in my group in the university, we have only 3 guys.
Only 3 guys? Who's your favorite band right now?
I think they're British. Coldplay.
Yeah, Coldplay. Okay.
Yep.
Now, what about movie stars?
He's a British guy. His name is David Tennant. He played
David Tennant.
Doctor
Yeah,
Who, yeah.
of course. Everybody loves Doctor Who.
Yeah, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, you know. A YouTube channel called TED.
TED, TED, yeah.
Yeah, TED.
TED Talks, yeah. One of my favorite as well. So in Russia, you're doing Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook.
We've got also the social network called VK or Vkontakte. It's same as Facebook, but a Russian version. Come on, we've got snow and bears everywhere.
Snow and bears.
Cool.
What more could you ask for? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sophia. It's been a real pleasure. Bye-bye.
And come to Russia, visit us.
Dog, treats, good for people. I like it. I like it. I'm here with Ian Wolstenholme. He's a dear friend of mine from the UK. He's a hospital manager extraordinaire. I'd like to just ask a couple of questions about veterinary nurses. First of all, why do they call them veterinary nurses?
Well, because we're one step ahead of America. You know, trust me, in the UK, Ernie, the title of veterinary nurse is jealously guarded. It is a huge honour almost. In fact, it's overseen and governed by the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. It takes 2 years.
2 years at college level.
And take up to 3 in the more sort of academic university type environment. They will obviously first and foremost assist the veterinary practitioner, increasing noticeable amount of value to our nurses as they do to the vets themselves.
Monitoring anesthesia, placing IV, running blood tests. Veterinary technicians are woefully underpaid.
Oh, yeah.
How's the status in the UK?
It's the same. It's the same. You're never going to make millions out of being a veterinary.
A recent study in the US found that technicians stay in the profession less than 5 years.
With nurses, they tend to be a little bit hardy. They stay the course. They're very resilient often.
So
they want the respect and they want to get hands-on. I remember years ago when you were doing one of your great talks on nutrition, because I know you're a big passionate guy for that. I met a guy in Barcelona then who likes nuts, fruit, and they nearly threw me out of the clinic. 3 words: enthusiasm and passion, which are 2 but merged into 1. Likability by clients, that's 3. Be a great team player.
So thank you for all that you do, and
my pleasure.
Together we can make it better.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I am here with my friend Carla Burris from VEN, which is the Veterinary Information Network, a resource that I use almost daily and have since the very beginning. So
it's an online community for veterinarians, mid-50,000s to over 60,000.
60,000 veterinarians, and that VEN is a great resource, number one, to get questions answered by experts. So that means that a veterinarian who's a member of VEN, and the cost is not very expensive, in my opinion, they can post a difficult case, and then a board-certified expert or an expert can answer that.
You get a lot of answers from people in the trenches with you.
The community.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why it's information to community.
That's right. Yeah, it's a great resource for veterinarians because I can get instant second opinions or advice whenever I need to. You're here, of course, at conferences like SEVC and others, giving free, internet access. I mean, I can always get into a VEN, cubicle somewhere and get access to my emails or whatever I need to do. And so, thank you for providing that service.
Happy to do it.
Carla Burris, veterinarian, technology extraordinaire, Veterinary Information Network. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Thanks for your time.
I'm here with a very important guest. This is Nana. Hello, Nana. Hi.
wrong, wrong.